Can you have carbs while doing the keto diet while breastfeeding? This is one of the top questions that I get. Can you have carbs? How many should you have? And what type of carbs should I have if I do add them in? In this video, we will talk about all things carbs while keto and breastfeeding so you can get all your answers. If you guys don't know me, I'm Julie and I'm a ketogenic health coach, and I specialize in working with breastfeeding mamas to make sure that they don't lose milk supply while doing the keto diet. Now this is video number 2 of a 3-part video training, so if you missed secret number 1, make sure to go back and watch that. That is all about calories while doing the keto diet and breastfeeding. Alright, now without further ado, let's jump into secret number 2, which is all about carbs while doing the keto diet and breastfeeding.
Okay, now on to secret number 2, and that is the trick to eating carbs. Now, I know when I say the word keto, you think that means little to no carbs at all. But listen, all carbs aren't bad. Carbs can cause a much needed balance of fuel to our body that is needed when we are breastfeeding. So when we are eating keto while breastfeeding, it is essential to get some carbs in. So why do carbs get its bad name? It's actually when we overconsume carbs or not eat the right type of carbs where we see the problem. When you eat carbs, the carbs are broken down into glucose, which is used for energy. The glucose is sent into our bloodstream, then it causes our body to make insulin, which is a fat storage hormone. The more insulin tells our cells to save the extra glucose as fat. That causes our blood sugar to rise and then crash, causing us to have no energy and crave more carbs. That dreaded blood sugar roller coaster. What is so great about keto is that it helps us balance our blood sugar. So adding the right amount of carbs for you into the day will help balance your blood sugar while keeping supply up. The trick, though, to adding carbs into the keto diet is about knowing the right type of carbs to eat and finding the right amount for you. There are 2 types of carbs that I want to look at. The first one is simple carbs. Simple carbs have the greatest effect on blood sugar, quickly absorbed into the body and then converted to glucose, the sugar that's used as your body's source of energy. Simple carbs are things like sugars, breads, anything starchy, and most packaged foods. And then there are complex carbs. These have the greatest source of fiber and include important vitamins and minerals, things like vegetables, brown rice, fruit, etc. Complex carbs take longer for your body to absorb and are a better source of energy for your body. So adding in the right type of carbs is key. We will want to stick to whole food complex carbs when adding them into our diet. So here's this example, the bagel versus the berries. They both do still break down into sugars, but the berries are obviously more nutritious. So we want to start thinking about adding in more nutrients and carbs into our diet. So adding things like more vegetables, sweet potatoes, white and red skin potatoes, squash, carrots, rice, higher carb fruits, or just more lower carb fruits, nuts and seeds. But remember, you still want to avoid all gluten, wheat, and sugar on a keto diet, so make sure to not reach for those. So sorry, that's not me telling you that Oreos still fit into the keto diet, sadly. Then also, remember, when talking about adding more carbs in, is that not all foods work the same for every mama. So you'll still have to find what type of carbs work best for you. Another thing to remember is that complex carbs still do convert to glucose, which is sugar. So I always recommend eating the carbs with a healthy fat and protein so we can avoid any rise in that blood sugar. And make sure to not eat all your carbs in one sitting. Spread them out throughout the day as best as possible. Breastfeeding can help make us a lot more carb tolerant, and that is why you can still be in ketosis when adding more in. All right, so now we're going to recap secret number 2. It's important to remember that if you don't eat the right carbs or the right amount of carbs, it will kick you out of ketosis. So that's what you really need to avoid when adding carbs in. Every mama has a different carb tolerance. So when it comes to the number of carbs, it's about finding the perfect balance for you. That's why the traditional keto diet doesn't work while we're breastfeeding. This is huge. This is why the keto and breastfeeding gets its bad name. One more thing when it comes to carbs, it's important to remember that all the macros are important to keep the supply up, not just the carbs. It's about finding the perfect macro balance for your body. All the healthy fats are so great for your milk supply. Finding the perfect macro balance and the perfect amount of carbs is a huge thing I work on with my clients daily to find what works for them.
All right, now that's a wrap of secret number 2. Let me know your biggest aha moment when it comes to adding carbs in while doing the keto diet and breastfeeding. Make sure to post in the comments below. Also, let me know what questions you have. Then make sure to subscribe so you don't miss secret number 3 coming out real soon. And I'll be sure to link secret number 1 and 3 when it comes out below this video so you don't miss out. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.